Hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about adjacent angles and equations, two of my favorite things put together. So just a quick review. Adjacent angles share a common side and a vertex, and they do not have a defined sum. So adjacent angles do not equal a certain measure. Like complementary equals 90 degrees and supplementary equals 180. So that makes adjacent angles a little bit different. So the steps to solving this are, first, you identify the angle pair that you're looking at when you see a problem. Is it supplementary, complementary, vertical, or adjacent? Then you're going to set up the equation to solve part plus part equals whole. Now, to solve the equation, we're going to do what we've always done. First, we're going to simplify, which, as you know, may include distribution or combining like terms or both. All right. The second thing, I'm trying to make that a Y. The second thing we're going to do is eliminate the constant. Okay, so we're just reviewing this to make sure we remember the steps. And finally, we're going to isolate the variable so we can solve for the variable. Okay, fourth, we're going to check our solution using Desmos. And fifth, we're going to answer the question being asked. Sometimes you are asked, what is the value of x, y, z? Other times you're asked, what is the measure of angle ABC or angle EFG? So you have to be really careful because you can go through this whole thing, do all the work correctly, and then answer the wrong question, and we don't want that to happen. So, first of all, let's look at the picture. Okay, I see two angles there. I see that one is 34 degrees. I see that another is 7x plus 6. And it looks like this is BFC and this is CFY. Well, let's look over here and see what they give us. They're telling us that BFY, the whole thing, so I'm going to draw a long arc there, is equal to 131 degrees. Remember what we said about adjacent angles not having any particular sum? I think this is what we're looking at. And it's asking us to solve for x, but we're going to revisit that later. First step, they are definitely adjacent. They are not vertical. They are not equal to 180. They're not supplementary, and they don't form a corner, so they're definitely not complementary. Okay, now for step 2, we're going to set up the equation because we know that part plus part equals whole. So step 2 would look like 7x plus 6 plus 34 is going to be equal to 131. So again, because my writing is horrible, 7x plus 6, which I got right here, plus 34, part plus part, equals the whole thing, which is 131. Now, for 3, we're going to solve. First, we have to see, do we have to simplify? Well, in this case, we do. We see that on one side here, because we're only looking at one side at a time when we're simplifying, there's no distribution, but we definitely have to combine like terms. So let's put our x's here and our numbers on that side. So we're going to start with a positive 7x. We have a positive 6 here and a positive 34. So when we put that together, we end up with 7x plus 40. So when we start to solve this, of course, this goes right up here. And we write 7x plus 40 equals 131. Okay, so we've simplified. Our next step is to eliminate or the next step in solving the equation is to eliminate the constant. Well, that constant is that 40 right there. So let's subtract 40 on each side. Draw a line. I always draw a line after I've written the same thing on each side. So positive 40 and negative 40, they cancel out, make a zero pair. So I bring down 7x equals, and 131 minus 40 is 91. I would definitely be using Desmos to make sure I'm not making any mistakes here. Then finally, we're going to isolate the variable. Well, there's a 7 being multiplied, so inverse operations is division. So x equals 13. And again, I would use Desmos to make sure that my math is correct. Now, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make sure that this works out. So I'm going to start by typing 7x plus 6 plus 34. I always type in my initial equation, because if you happen to make a mistake simplifying and you use the 7x plus 40, you're not going to know whether or not you made a mistake. So please start with the original equation, 7x plus 6 plus 34, and we found our solution, our x, to be 13. And that gives us, if we look right here, 131, which is what we needed to get there. So we did check with Desmos, and it is verified that the equation, we solved the equation correctly. Now, step 5 says answer the question. Well, let's go back and look at the question. Solve for the value of x. So that's all it wants. X equals 13. Now, I'm going to show you, just in case they had asked for the value of angle BFY, well, all we had to do was type in 7x plus 6, because if you look back over here, BFC, we're looking for that right now, is 7x plus 6. So I typed in 7x plus 6. See how my x equals 13 is here? That gives me 97. That's telling me that this piece here is 97 degrees. They didn't ask us for that, but I just want you to see it, that that's 97 degrees. So let's come over here and just keep checking, because I like to verify and verify again. So I'm going to take 97 plus the 34, where CFY is, and I get 131. So no matter how we do it, no matter what we check, we are verifying and it is correct. Great job on this, everybody.